Hey Mindy, I wanted to quickly take you through some of the feedback I have on your emails. I know there's a lot of bullet points here, but really there's just principles, and you'll just get better at this over time as you write it. One thing that can be helpful is that instead of writing something, you may just want to speak it, record yourself on your phone and be like, hey, so-and-so, hope you're doing well. And that will get more spoken language through, because what I'm noticing with your emails is it feels very written. And what we want to do is soften it a bit. We want to have like more of a natural voice when you're reaching out to people. It's very casual. You know these people already. You're asking them a favor, sure, but it can be a little more casual. You'll see what I've written as examples. This is obviously coming from my voice, so feel free to either use it, ignore it, but it also speaks to the structure as well. So first thing first, I think the number one thing you should always change in what you've done here is you need to always have the specific ask first before you break down the reason. So I'll just go to your email. So personalized intro, got to make that really short, by the way. I'm visiting the Bay Area from these dates to start building relationships in advance of our fundraise later this year. And then you're asking them, okay, I saw on LinkedIn that you're connected with several of our target investors. Would you feel comfortable introducing me to any of the following? You want to flip the order. You always want to do the ask first and then break down why you need it, because people are always thinking, okay, I'm skimming this. What do I have to do? What's in it for me? And so just it'll get, I believe, more responses. The other thing is that you can strip out information. You're making the reader do the math that because you're going on May 15th to 31st, then you need it sooner. But they're not actually thinking that way. They're like, okay, yeah, they're okay, going there. Advance of our fundraise later this year. Maybe that's November. Maybe that's maybe that's June. We don't really know. So we actually want to strip out some of this information. It actually doesn't matter to the reader that you're going to the Bay Area. All that it really matters is that you're interested in an introduction because you're going to be fundraising. And so you'll see in the alternative version, which I'm sure could be improved as well, but I have the personal intro and then we get straight into it. A quick question. So we're doing the ask first. Notice you're connected on LinkedIn to a few investors who are an exact thesis fit for Show Me. I hyperlinked who you are just in case they need a refresher. And I was wondering, would you feel comfortable introducing me to them? You could also use this hyperlink to hyperlink your deck if you wanted to do that as well, but I know the deck's not going to be ready. Who the investors are, these are fake links, but also putting which fund they're from, because often, I don't know about you, but I meet so many people and I'm like, oh my gosh, who are they again? But having that jog my memory can be really useful. Because they'd be like, oh yeah, Marcus, he's an angel. Yeah, I met him at XYZ event before I even need to click on LinkedIn. So it's even less work for me to do. And then thanks for letting me know. I'm doubling down on investor relations in preparation for our pre-seed raise, and I really appreciate you taking the time to review your network and get back to me. Note that I haven't put pressure on the timing here. I could have said pre-seed raise this summer or starting in June, something that's, really succinct. Or could be like in May, but that feels maybe a little soon. So I've just left it out. And then to soften this, I've done a PS. My goal is to get full list of warm introductions by Friday, end of day, or whatever day that is. So if you're able to reply before then, I'd be thrilled. One of the questions you had was, does this feel possibly rude? And what's interesting here is I'm using my and I in all cases, and I feel like you've tried to soften it by using we, and you've got some, we really appreciate it if you reply to this email by Monday, if that's something you're able to help us with. It feels a little bit like, please do something for me, like, I hope you can, but I don't want to be rude. I don't want to push it too much. And so your feelings are totally valid. I don't think it sounds rude at all, by the way. I don't think it sounds rude. In fact, I think it could be direct, but also softened. So take a look at what I did. Hopefully this feels a little more comfortable for you. My goal, it's not we, it's my goal is to get my full list of warm introductions by this date. So if you're able to reply before then, I'd be thrilled. I'm going to feel great if you do it. That's amazing. But you don't need to be like couching it so much. In the second email, we have to give them another reason why they, another urgency reason. So I think in your second email, we had bump. I changed the subject line of this to so ... because it's kind of like new information. And this is, you've written as a reminder email, which I get that when I put the subject line bump, it probably lends itself to that. I like the, we're so grateful for your help, but we also have we. I think I is going to work much better. They can do a favor for you, Mindy. They know you, Mindy. They're not thinking about you, the company. So we need to use I as well through this. The way that I've written it instead is more like a quick update. So quick update. Today I created my full raise calendar and realized that I need to accelerate my timeline in order to close our round before August when VCs go on vacation. So give them a reason. Are you able to let me know who you're connected to below by Monday? If yes, I will get you personalized easy to send intros shortly after. Thanks again. I really appreciate your support. We could even soften this a little bit more. I'd be thrilled, or I'd be really appreciative if you can let me know who you're connected to by Monday. So that's one way to do it. If you don't want to do a question, questions are a little more direct, but it will get more responses. The more you put a question in, the more responses you'll get. But you could soften it afterwards. So are you able to let me know who you're connected to below by Monday? I'd really appreciate it. Or I'd be... I've just put really appreciate it here. If yes, I'll get you personally shortly after. Thanks again. Okay. Third email. I like to blame it. As we both know, I like using that because it kind of brings them into a little secret. But sorry to be a total pain and keep bugging you for warm intros. As we both know, fundraising is a game of crazy coordination. And I'd love to get my final list of warm intros locked down so I can coordinate booking meetings all in 1 week. So it's also giving them a reason, another reason why there's urgency. So you've actually, you're not just reminding them, you're kind of adding a little bit more. Were you able to look at it and see who you're comfortable introducing me to? And then no problem, if you're busy, let me know and I'll stop bugging you, or let me know and we'll catch up later. I liked how you had that in your last line. We'll catch up another time. So yeah, that's it. There's a bunch of notes up here too. I mean, this is less prescriptive, but more just tips, I would say. And yeah, I will send this to you now. Okay.